In the previous episode, I interviewed the Swan, who revealed that she had taken refuge in the skip because she'd been attacked by the killer whale. This has led me to approach the killer whale, currently reclining on a hedge, with a view to finding out the true details of the crime that's alleged by the Swan. And so I'm going to talk to the killer whale about that. Now, my dear killer whale, you've heard the allegation, haven't you, that the Swan was attacked by you. What do you have to say about that? He says, what the hell do you expect a killer whale to do? The answer to that, my dear killer whale, is not to behave like that when you're in a domestic situation. It's all very well in the high seas, you can do what the heck you like then. But here, in a domestic situation, you simply don't go about attacking swans. To which he tells me he does. That really isn't a good enough reason, my dear chap. If you carry on like this, you'll get deflated. Bear in mind, that's a severe and pretty much a final sanction to a chap like that is to puncture him. So what do you say? How will you behave in the future? Will you behave better to the Swan? He says that he might, but I think we need to do better than might. I think we'll have to have an absolutely clear understanding that from now on you don't attack the Swan or indeed anything else you come across. How about that? He's not entirely happy with that because he says again that killer whales kill things, and that's the point about them. But the point he hasn't grasped really the fact that as a killer whale in captivity in a garden like this, you've simply got to behave differently from the way you'd behave if you were out there in the wild world, the wild seven seas. Are you prepared to accept that, my dear chap? Are you? He's thinking about it and will let me know. But the answer is I need an answer now, otherwise I can deflate you. Do you bear that in mind? And he says he will, in fact, behave himself and not attack the Swan. It's also the case, isn't it, my dear killer whale, that you're enjoying a lovely life here in the sunshine and you can have all the food you like. You don't have to eat swans. There's no need to eat swans at all, is there? He says, yes, he supposes that that's true. But on the other hand, swans are rather nice, aren't they? Well, I can't tell. I've never eaten a swan, and they're not very commonly eaten. They were a delicacy in the Middle Ages, by the way, but not nowadays. So are we going to have a nice peaceful life in the future, my dear killer whale? Or are we going to have to deflate you and bung you in the bin? He says he'd rather carry on as he is, and therefore he'll behave himself. Let's hope that that's true.